the Philadelphia 76ers and Joel Embiid have a massive problem right now, and there doesn't seem to be a quick fix for it. As of right now, they sit tied for last place in the entire NBA with the Toronto Raptors and Washington Wizards sitting at 2-10, and Joel Embiid has only played 2 games this whole season. And to this point, the new signing of Paul George hasn't played with Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid in the same game yet. And if you're the Philadelphia 76ers or a Sixers fan, this has to be very concerning, because the one thing that has held back Joel Embiid throughout his entire career has been his health. And it seems like this season might be worse than any other year yet. And as you're going into a season that is supposed to be the Sixers' do or die year, and the year that they went out and signed Paul George in free agency and were supposed to double down in the NBA draft, drafting a NBA-ready player in Jared McCain, who's already put up a 30-point performance. This was supposed to be the 76ers team that made a deep run and finally broke the curse that was Joel Embiid not being able to get out of the second round of the playoffs in his entire career. But as of right now, they sit 2-10 and in last place, essentially, in the Eastern Conference. And this is not the start that this regime wanted in Philadelphia. And part of that has to be due to Joel Embiid, because he came out earlier before the season and was quoted in saying, "If I had to guess, I would probably never play back-to-backs the rest of my career." And when he came back from his injury, the first back-to-back that he was a part of, he did not play in the second game of that back-to-back. And that's concerning for 76ers fans, especially with how poorly this team has started, because if their star player isn't going to play in back-to-backs when they need him to, when they are 2-10, that's concerning, because they're not going to be a high seed in the Eastern Conference. And as of right now, they don't look like a playoff team. And yes, all 3 of their stars haven't been healthy at one time, but when you take 2 of the most injury-prone stars in today's game, in Paul George and Joel Embiid, who are both known for taking time off in back-to-backs and load managing heavier than almost anybody in the NBA, this is a concerning team to work with as a 76ers fan or as a 76ers coach, because you don't have consistency within your lineups. And as of right now, Joel Embiid is playing terrible as well. And yes, he's coming off an injury, but he's averaging 16.5 points on 26% shooting and 10% from 3. And he's only averaging 5.5 rebounds a game, and he's supposedly fully healthy. So if this is the Joel Embiid that we get for the rest of the season, this team is possibly a play-in team. And even last season, they weren't a high seed and they got bounced again in the playoffs. Joel Embiid needs to step up for his legacy. And after he came out and said that he doesn't feel the need for criticism from Philly fans because of how much he's done for the city, that put another bitter taste in the fans of not only Philly fans, but NBA fans as a whole. Because yes, he's put up stats and he got an MVP, but he hasn't led his team past the second round of the playoffs. And if you're a superstar and top 3 player in the NBA, if you look at the other players that are at that level in the NBA, your Jokic's, your Luka's, your Steph Curry's, your LeBron James, all of these players have led a team to an NBA Finals, and outside of Luka, who was almost there last year, they've led their team to a championship. And Joel Embiid hasn't been out of the second round of the playoffs, and he's had some really, really, really good teams around him as well. So it's time to start being concerned about this Philadelphia 76ers team and about Joel Embiid and his legacy and how he's going to play throughout this season. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. God bless you all. Have an amazing day, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. God bless.